fast are we going? 20 mile an hour or so. 15 to 20. I was afraid it might be, but it isn't. There's a twar. And is, you know, the big road that ties a lot of the SOAL together. Alright, so we just left Daryl's house, heading up 73, and the ride that I'm going to do today is the mixed ride. I think Daryl's leading the one that's going to stay on the pavement, and then I forget what the fella's name is. One of the Monkey Boys founders is going to lead the more challenging route, but I'm taking the Goldilocks route. Not too smooth, not too rough, and looking forward to a nice ride. A great turnout and good weather so far. There's a slight prediction for some rain later on this afternoon, but maybe not until we're done, and we'll just see. But beautiful day to start out. So I'm assuming this route is going to be similar to the inaugural or initial small bore ride we did on the SOAL back in April. This is at the end of June. Yeah, got a nice lineup of bikes here. And I'm happy to say my Triumph Scrambler 400X is not the biggest bike here. I was afraid it might be, but it isn't. There's a Touareg in front of me, and there's a couple larger Triumphs here. So a nice mix of bikes came down for the ride today. So we're just a few minutes into the ride, and we're onto the dirt right away, or I guess the gravel and dirt. And we are on what? Jaybird Road? I can't see at the moment. No, Beaver Pond Road. Yeah, this is nice. Everybody's behaving themselves. They're keeping all a nice safety cushion between bikes. Road's in decent condition. And my guess is we're just going to weave our way around and head down into Shawnee State Forest. A lot of CT125s are here today, more than was the case in April. It's always nice to see. And again, we're on Beaver Pond Road. So we are definitely on the Southern Ohio Adventure Route. I haven't mentioned it yet, but I'm not on the CT125 today. It is up at the lake cabin for the season, and it's a 1,000-mile round trip to go get it. So I'm on the Triumph Scrambler. So we just turned left onto Davis Memorial Road. Everyone's doing well, keeping their distance, which is not easy. You have this many riders, but I'm guessing that a lot of these guys have experience with group rides. Nobody's running and gunning it. Everybody's maintaining a nice pace. How fast are we going? 20 mile an hour or so. 15 to 20. this is a beautiful stretch in here. So mostly, anyway, for my Triumph, you know, with the 15 tooth geared as it is, a lot of this is just, you know, third gear cruising. So it's really nice. So now we're going down the big hill here on Peach Mountain Lane, which, if the conditions aren't right and if you get going too fast, can be a little sketchy. But we've got good conditions today and nobody's going too fast, so I think we're good. It's a beautiful part of the ride. So for those of you who haven't watched the Scrambler part of my Scrambler X and CT125 channel, I only got this Triumph Scrambler 400X about 4 or 5 months ago. I got it in March in anticipation of a trip that I was going to do to Moab for a couple weeks to ride the trails and routes out west. And before I went, I had the original tires, which are very good. They're really nice tires. If you're going to do street and then light off-road, they would be fine. I wouldn't have switched them out. But, you know, I'm kind of off-road biased, and I knew out in the west I would need something a little bit grippier. So what I'm running is Dunlop Trail Max Raids. And at least out west, they proved to be ideal. They were great. I didn't have any issues with them. They let me grip even on level trails, sand, rocks, dirt, you know, all the stuff you run on. And of course, this is a mixture of a lot of gravel and dirt, and they're as fine as any tire can be on this kind of surface. It's always a little bit sketchy. You have to watch what the heck you're doing, especially around corners. You have to crawl around them. We do not want any lateral force on those tires. But anyway, that's what I'm running on here. The only upgrades on this Triumph Scrambler is I changed the gearing with a 15 tooth and geared it down, or geared it up, because it was geared like a tractor from the factory, which I don't need. And had upper and lower crash bars put on it. I swapped out the just basic plastic hand guards for legit bark busters. Don't know what we're doing here. We're stopping for something. Let's see what's going on. Did somebody go down? Hope not. Is there a tree across? Huh. I don't know. Nice. I don't know how many is in this group. I think it's the biggest of the three groups. My guess is there's between 20 and 30 bikes. When we get to a stop, I'll try to remember to count them. So now we've come out on Highway 781. And you can see it could not be a more beautiful day to this point. We'll see how things develop later this afternoon. They're calling for a chance of rain. It's only like a 10 or 15% chance. We'll see. Yeah, just beautiful, beautiful riding today. My guess is we're going to make a stop down at the Blue Creek General Store here in a little bit. We're heading right for it. And it's amazing. Everybody's maintaining that safety cushion. You just don't see much variance in it. It's as if we have been doing this together for longer than an afternoon. So that's nice. So we've come down 125 just briefly and turned right on Wagner Riffle Road. And it's really striking how different this road looks, you know, in the fullness of summer versus when I rode it, when was that, February. Just night and day between when the leaves are out and when they're not. No surprise there. A nice little road to cruise down at however fast we're going, 35, whatever. So this is clearly a different route. I don't have the GPX file this time, but this is a different route than the first April ride that the small bore group did. Which is nice. You get to see some different country. Trying to remember, I've ridden the SOAL 6 times, 7 times, something like that. I've not ridden the entirety of it that many times, but I've ridden the whole thing, but I've ridden large pieces of it, like I say, 6 or 7 times. I'm trying to remember if I've ever been on this part before. Maybe not, because I'm not recognizing anything at the moment. Still Wagner Riffle Road. Yeah, I don't even recognize the name of the road. So maybe this is different for me. Yeah, I don't recall coming through here before. Maybe I have. Going uphill. Definitely getting some gravel action. Yeah. All right. Stop here. Get everybody collected. So Black's Run Road, yeah, we're still on it, is the most challenging thing that we've been on. It's not bad, but when you're on a group ride, it adds a extra level of complexity. But everybody's doing well and keeping themselves fairly well spaced out. I don't believe anyone has gone down yet, not that I've seen. I'm towards the back of the group, which is where I like to stay. But just a beautiful area to ride through. Got into some first and second gear hills. Yeah, nice. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Sorry if I'm not giving you enough space. Sometimes I'm in a higher gear.
You're doing fine, man. I had no problem.
Sometimes I'm in a higher gear.
Yeah. I think everybody's doing a pretty good job of staying spaced out. So we have just hung a ride onto Tulip Road. Tulip Road. And it looks to be just one of these beautiful country 2 lanes. exactly what you like to ride on a pretty Saturday like this in the early summer. So we just had our first bike drop as we were taking a left onto Rhodes Road. I don't think it was anything serious. In fact, I know it wasn't. He got right back up. Maybe scratched his crash bars a little bit, but I don't think anything beyond that. Well, Rhodes Road is pretty. So I've moved up in the pack now just because everybody stopped and just moved up. I don't know if I'm in the middle now or exactly where I'm at, but I'm not towards the end as much now as I was for the first part of the ride. Oh yeah, this is nice. And back on the gravel. There are some grooves in this, but not too bad. As long as you keep your eyes on the road, you can maneuver in such a way as to not get in trouble. Watch me lay the bike down just as I'm saying that. Yeah, we're getting into some group ride dust. I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not. Alright, so Rhodes Road. I like Rhodes Road. Glad I rode it. Alright, so we just took a left onto Hamilton Road, and my fellow CT125 Facebook group member, Jim, with his really nicely turned out CT125 is in front of me. Yeah, I'm in the CT125 group, which feels very natural. The only thing is, I'm on Scrambler X. Okay, so we just hung a ride on to the main highway that runs through this area, State Route 125. It goes down to the river. Goes down to the state park and then on down to the river, and is the big road that ties a lot of the SOAL together, or at least part of it. And this is as big a road as you want to get the little bikes on, because a lot of them are topping out at 45, 55 miles an hour.
Our first gravel hill we climbed up down there.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I'll do it.
stop at the Blue Creek General Store, which is always the case. You got everything you can imagine and a heck of a lot of stuff you can't imagine. But anyway, heading down State Route 125. It's hot. I don't know what the temperature is. It's 80 something, but it's not unbearable. It's perfectly fine. And you know, once you get going, and I've got this ventilated jacket on, I've got all the layers out, and it's fine. It's actually pretty comfortable. Drank a quart of water, so I'm all rehydrated, and that makes a difference. Oh, did I mention I took some ibuprofen? Elixir of the senior writer. So we are on Mox Hill Bracken Road, heading to, I don't know where. Can't see the big picture on Gaia at the moment. We're on Hiles Road now. Let's see, we have been riding for, let's see, 5 hours, something like that, give or take.